What's going on, guys? Christian here from CK Wraps. Today I'm doing this video on who has the best gloss black vinyl wrap in the industry. I have 6 heavy hitters here as far as brands go. I'm missing one more or less. I don't believe Innospec has theirs out yet, or I haven't heard anything about it. I could be wrong. I've been waiting months to do this video, so it's taken some time to get all these together. I couldn't get Hex's here also. They said that theirs was great. This is what they told me, but no one actually chimed in and told me that theirs was great other than them themselves. So this is going to give you a good idea of these 6 brands right here. Who has the nicest, glossiest, most gloss black vinyl wrap out there? Again, I grabbed whatever I possibly could from comments and suggestions from people saying, you know, they thought that this one was the best. These brands right here, starting from inside here to out, we have Oracal. This hasn't really changed very much over the time. We have Avery Obsidian Black, which is fairly new. We have 3M 2080, which is fairly new to the 2080 series. We have Vvivid's new gloss black here. This is really new, just came out. We have KPMF, I think it's called Pitch Black or Perfect Black. And then we have Tech Wrap's gloss black on the end there. Now, if you guys are looking for full-blown videos on how to install vinyl wraps, you got to check out my website, ckwraps.com. I'll put a link in the top corner and in the description below for you. Super detailed 4K videos, installation on how to install pretty much every panel on full cars, and disassembly videos there for you guys. Anyways, let's get into this. So I'm going to talk about what I do know about these films, and I did do this demonstration in my last workshop. This is why I have the rental here. The last workshop, I showed the students, just basically laid down the films, say, hey, these are all the gloss blacks. Which one looks the nicest? And they all pretty much chose one. They all did choose one. One is going to stand out more than the rest, and I'm going to explain all these as we go through it here. Oracal, German-made product, nice finish. It's got a nice black to it actually in comparison to the other ones. Looks good, but we're going to actually see these on the vehicle themselves. I'm going to cut these off in real time right now and show you exactly what these look like laid down on the car, all side by side. No overlapping or anything like that. Just want to keep it all consistent. A few of you are going to argue with me about maybe how I install this or whatever. I'm just going to be laying it down on a flat panel. Nothing's going to change. These are all regular gloss blacks. Now, this is just a sample roll. Oracal does come in obviously a 5-foot roll. This is just like 2 feet or whatever, 2.5 feet, something like that. The thickness of this film, it's decent. It's 4.25 mil, which means microns. Nothing too crazy. It's a decent thickness. It's got, with a thicker film, it becomes a little bit more, it becomes more durable, I would say, to like stone chipping and things like that. If we get into Avery, Avery's a pleasure to install. Positives and negatives to all these films, okay, to installing them for the most part. Some are easier, some are harder, some have better finishes than others. We're gonna see, again, all that in the end. So this is Oracal's 970RA, which stands for rapid air, and which means just like rapid air release, basically. Let's cut this off. This one's kind of an awkward roll. I'm just gonna cut it on the rental car here, why not? I'm gonna cut off pretty equal strips. I'll try and keep it as consistent as possible. And we're just gonna drop this guy on the vehicle. We're gonna do a demonstration of what it looks like installed and what it looks like just kind of sitting right here. Let's take out some Avery. Now these speed clips are amazing. They're a SignMaker tool product. They work very well. So again, cutting approximately the same width. I don't wanna go too wide here. I'm trying to keep everything able to fit on the hood of the vehicle. So this way I can give you guys the best demonstration possible, or the best perspective possible. Let's choose the bottom's a little bit wider here, so let's go with the bottom. It's just gonna be scrap now. Let's grab another magnet, slap that down there. Let's throw these speed clips back on. Now I do have a full roll of this Avery Obsidian Black. It's a nice film to work with. Again, positives and negatives. And one of these brands just came out with their gloss black, and it is super nice. I have a Jaguar F-Type here, right over there, and that's gonna be getting the new one, the new gloss black on it. And you're gonna see why. 3M 2080, we all know how much I'm a fan, but I had to include it because this is obviously one of the industry's most used brands amongst shops, say. Let's peel off the tape. This has, you can see it's kind of all wrinkly. It's got a protective cap, so don't mind that for now. One positive to the film. Let's cut off a nice strip here. Cool, let's get that over there. Let's make sure it doesn't fall over. Another strip here. It's about the same size as Avery. I'm gonna have to cut the Orcal down a little bit, I think. Just get rid of that. And let's cut here. Cool. Just throw that up there. Let's cut off Vvivid. All right, here's Vvivid. This one's gonna wanna uncoil a little bit. It does have a different kind of liner on it, which is pretty cool actually. And this is, you know, what's gonna change the game, basically change the game here as far as vinyl wraps go. So it's gonna unroll a little bit, that's all right. Not as bad as when like Innotek unrolls or Hexis Chrome unrolls on its own. It's very difficult to kind of roll back up. You actually don't want to. That's because they use a different kind of cap, and again, I'll explain all that as we go through. Let's move that one out of the way. Let's tape it back up so it doesn't unroll all the way. Do need to use this today. Pretty excited about, honestly, about this product right here. And I did, again, do this demonstration in my most recent workshop. And, you know, students, if you're there, if you're watching this, feel free to comment. Feel free to comment on what you saw, because what the camera is going to show you guys versus what you see in person could be a little bit skewed, it could be a little bit different. But when you're in person, you're going to see the true difference between all these brands. And again, maybe the 4K camera will hold up and actually show you guys exactly what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's nice to have some people vouch for a product, just to say, hey, you know, that I saw that one in person, and you know, that was the glossiest and the nicest black. Let's cut that one. That's KPMF. And then we have the last one here. Just gonna balance this out a bit. We have the last one here, which is Tech Wrap. Just throw that scrap up there. And obviously I have to bring in as many wraps as I can, because this is the most fair comparison. Really did try to get some Hexis, but unfortunately I couldn't. And I wasn't about to buy a full roll, because maybe I'm never gonna use it. This Tech Wrap is interesting. As you're gonna see on the other side here, there is tunneling going on, okay? This is from the protective cap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose the cleanest area, obviously, and make sure that we're gonna get the cleanest install for the film. So I'm gonna cut all that out right there. And that's gonna fall over. Let's throw that right over here. I'm never gonna use this for anything, so it doesn't really matter. Cool, let's cut this out. I'm cutting out the tunneling just so you can see. I'm giving this the fairest advantage because I'm using only the good part of the film. The rest of that is garbage. Let's cut off a decent length on the strip. Good. What I'm gonna do next is I'm going to bring the camera over so you guys can see all of these straight up in person without doing anything to them. Let's just walk the camera over and you guys can see exactly, you know, I'm not cheating here, I'm not doing anything, I don't want to cut the scene. I want to make sure that you guys can see everything. So let's just tilt the camera a bit and reel her up and get her in place so that way we can see everything that's going on with these films right here. And I'm going to spread them apart. This way you can actually tell them apart, and we'll go through them here. So move it over a bit. Let's move that over a bit. The Tech Wrap didn't end up being quite as wide as some of the rest of them because I had only that good section to use. But again, it's just got to be fair to the actual brand and the product itself. And let's get this one. Let's flip this guy around because it's a little bit cut weird on the bottom there. And let's just cut off that weird funky strip there. There we go. Okay. Oops, got stuck here. Now, with these, here on the ends, we have, and I'm gonna bring the camera over to zoom, we have Vvivid, just to go through them. We have Orcal, we have, looks like Avery to me, yeah, Avery. We have 3M, don't mind 3M, again, it has a protective cap on it. So does Vvivid, actually, it has a protective cap on it. And Tech Wrap has a protective cap on it. So, and this one's KPMF. This has no protective cap, no protective cap, no protective cap. And we have tech wrap on the end with the protective cap as well, okay? Let's bring the camera and I'm gonna take it off the actual stand so you can see what these products look like without cutting a scene again, because I want everything to be as fair as possible. This is just laid down on the hood, not even, no release liner removed. Okay, this is, what did I say, Orcal? Yeah, Orcal. This is on the backing paper. This is Vvivid with the cap on the backing paper. This is Avery that's on the backing paper, okay? A little bit dusty, that's all right though. This is 3M with the cap on the backing paper. KPMF on the backing paper. And actually, and before I even install any of these, I'm gonna point out a few things here. And this is tech wrap with the cap on. Now, if we look at KPMF, and do you wanna see, you see all those little white dotting, all this white spotting? This is like haze to the film. This actually draws away from the finish. It's not very nice. It's not very nice at all. Avery does have it a little bit. Orcal basically has none of this. I almost never see it in their films. Super nice stuff. As far as that part goes, there is none of that basically white haziness that you see over here, right here. Avery sometimes has it. It's not so bad with this one. It looks fine. So it looks decent. You can see it a bit actually. I'm actually seeing it a lot. Wow, it's actually seeing a ton with the camera. Yeah, so it does have a ton of it. You can see all that white haziness. This does take away from the finish. I don't want to show you too much. I don't want to peel off too much of 3M here because you're supposed to install with the cap on it to make it fair. So this is basically pretty much what they look like pre-install. Now I'm going to mount the camera. I'm going to take these off and I'm going to install them and make sure that we can see these properly. And I want to give them a more fair advantage here. So I'm going to cut these down a little bit thinner so I can get them all within the same space. Let's throw that there. Let's take this one. Throw that there. Because I want them all to fit on the hood properly. Next thing you know, someone's going to be blaming me that I didn't give them a fair advantage on the hood. So we're going to try and make this as absolutely fair as possible. Again, giving you different perspectives so you can see everything. Obviously there's different angles here, but I'm going to shift everything around and make sure you can see everything at all the different angles possible. Whether I put it on a wall, I mean, there's always going to be different angles. So cutting, there we go. And then let's move Vvivid over. It's got some space over here. Cool. All these guys are sitting here looking, fine right now. The hood, I did wipe the hood down. It's fairly clean. We did just use this for a workshop, so it is pretty clean already before that. Now, when it comes to these products, we need to actually remove the cap on tech wrap. This cannot be installed with the cap on. This is not a stretchable cap. So we're gonna be removing that before we install it. Makes zero sense to have it on. This is not stretchable. Okay, very difficult to stretch. If you can stretch it at all, I'll take my heat gun, let's see. We'll add some heat. Probably just end up burning a hole through it or ripping it apart. That's a good amount of heat right there, almost burning my hands. Let's see if we can actually stretch it. None. Okay, nothing at all. So this has got to go. You cannot install the film with that on it. Let's toss it. 3Ms, we can install it with it on it. It's stretchable. You can see it's like plastic wrap. It's very stretchy. So let's take this right now and let's install the tech wrap and let's keep going down and install all these wraps. Tech wrap has a plastic release liner, as you notice right there. Very clear plastic release liner. Markings on it, looks good, makes it easy to cut. Film feels nice, it does feel nice. And again, from my understanding, this is more of a Chinese brand or an off-brand film. Doesn't make it bad, just sort of where it comes from, where I see it shipped from at least. Okay, let's get that down. Looking pretty good. Let's get KPMF, no cap on it. Let's get it down. The gloss finish on tech wrap is honestly, it's pretty superb, gotta say. This is KPMF. Again, I'm trying to squeegee all of these equally here, so straight down, not swirling all over the place. It's 3M. It's a bit of a butchered cap on this one, but that's all right. It's funny because it's just been sitting on the rack the whole time. I haven't even touched it, so I got it like this. Yep, I can say thanks to ND Graphics for that one, for their nice packaging and setting it all up. This cap is actually a little bit weird to squeegee. I find the squeegee grabs the cap and doesn't want to squeegee very well, so it's kind of like a rubbery feeling. That's what I find, at least. Okay, all squeegee down the same way. Let's take Avery here, or Avery, yes, Avery, Obsidian Black. We're gonna install this. Doesn't matter the wrinkle on top there. Not trying to impress anybody. This is straight information purposes only. No, screw that up. Doesn't matter. Let's just fillet it flat. There. It's got some wrinkles in it, but that's not the point. The point is that we're looking at the gloss finish. And this will be Oracal. One of the bit of a thicker films, but again, I've used this before. I love the product. Nice product to use, especially their colors. And it has none of that white haziness to it like KPMF does and Avery does, and usually 3M does also. Does squeegee quite well, feels good. The air release works nice. Okay. The result after squeegeeing it one time, right? I don't know if you guys can see all those scratches in it. It's nuts. All of them pretty much have scratches in them. And I didn't do anything different from Tech Wrap to this one. And you can see even Tech Wrap, like it has some scratches in it, but they're way less. And then here we have Vvivid's. Vvivid has a plastic release liner also. Sorry, guys, I forgot to talk about that. And everyone else's release liner is paper, okay? So the only two here that have the plastic release liner is Tech Wrap and Vvivid. They have the two plastic release liners. And this is what aids in the effect of the ultra gloss, okay? This is an ultra gloss film. This is meant to be an ultra gloss film as well, a Tech Wrap over here. Or what they call it, I don't know what they call it. They call it gloss black for all I know. Vvivid's has the protective cap on it. So we're gonna install it, and it's a stretchable plastic cap. We're gonna install it with the cap on it. If it wasn't a stretchable plastic cap like Tech Wrap's, I would have to remove it, because that would be a more practical way of doing this demonstration, or a more effective way of doing this demonstration, because we would never be able to wrap the hood with this cap on it, on Tech Wrap. Now, I'm going to remove these plastic caps right here off the 3M. I'm going to remove the cap off of Vvivid. And actually, just to show you what 3M's cap is, it's just like cellophane wrap, guys. It's like plastic wrap. Very stretchable, very thin, pliable stuff. Not like Tech Wrap, right? You saw Tech Wrap. I couldn't even stretch it. This is Vvivid's. The Vvivid's feels maybe a little bit thicker. I think it's a little bit thicker. But I actually find that Vvivid's doesn't bunch up the way 3M's does. Now, when I look at this color right here, guys, I am just blown away about how black and glossy this is. I'm gonna actually put them all exactly side by side, or I'll put them all around Vvivid, so you can see how gloss black this actually is. It's incredible. And again, the students in the workshop saw this. Let's grab the camera and bring it over. Again, I don't want to cut any scenes, so make sure that you guys understand and see everything that's going on here. Okay, this is 4K. Look at that. That is amazing. There's no scratches on this. There can't be any scratches on it. I had a plastic cap on it. Beautiful. Over here we have Oracal. Okay, lots of fine lines, tons of them. Unfortunately, can I heat some of these out? Let's try. Yeah, some of them go away. Looks pretty good. Pretty decent self-healing. Really good, actually. All right, so that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Looking a lot better. And again, I didn't use any soapy solution, but it's still not perfect. So again, we look at this finish here with Oracal, and then we look at Vvivid. Let's go from Oracal to Avery. Oracal to Avery. Oof. All right. It makes a big difference. Let's heat out some of the scratches here and give them a fair chance. Okay, that's doing pretty good, but not great. Okay, still has all that white dotting, okay, so all that haziness. Over here, none of that on Orcal, none at all. And on Vivid, no scratches, no white haziness, and a more clear finish. If we look at this and we look at the orange peel and we look at the effect of the ceiling and just look at the light in general above me, you can see a much clearer light. We get into here and they also have a blacker black for the most part, okay? I mean, again, this is subject to how you see things, but to me it looks like a clearer black. Now we have 3M. It would have no scratches and does have some haziness to it. Lots and lots of orange peel, definitely. And not very black, actually. It's very brownish looking to me. The Obsidian black is quite black. Let's bring the camera back a bit. It is quite black compared to Avery, and even compared to Orcal, I feel like the Obsidian black is more of a black color. Let's get over to KPMF Perfect Black or Pitch Black or whatever it's called here. One of those two. And let's heat out these, or try and heat out some of these scratches as well. Not great, not as great as Orcal. Still has that white haziness to it. You guys can see it, but not as bad as Avery's. Some of it right over there. And still lots of scratches, but very black as far as the color goes. Over here we have Tech Wrap. Tech Wrap's gonna have scratches in it because I had to remove the cap. So we had to squeegee it. Now the scratching I find in the Tech Wrap is not as bad as the scratching in here. I have no idea why. Could be because it's a thicker film. Let's heat this up and give it a fair chance to self-heal. I see almost no self-healing at all. But there wasn't very many scratches to begin with. This is the reflection you get with the light above me, okay? That's what it looks like. Let's look at the light above me now. Ooh, it's like a blur, okay? Everything looks blurry. Over here, 3M. Blurry again. Cloudy and blurry, okay? Avery. Scratches, cloudy, blurry. Orcal. Scratches and blurry, not too cloudy. And then Vivid. Try and get the camera here. There we go. Pretty clear, a little bit blurry as far as the light goes, but not bad. I'm super close with all this. Let's try and do that here. Let's go back over here. Look at this ceiling, look at the rafters above. Pretty amazing. You can see some good quality here, or good clarity. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all these films and I'm gonna put them around one. And you're gonna see what they look like around the one film, which is gonna be Vivid. Because to me, and from what I saw when I was showing people at the workshop, was that this looked the nicest. Let's move these out of the way. And let's just get that out of the way. So let's take them, and I want to try not to squeegee on Vivid. Maybe I'll just grab a new piece. Let's just do that then and make it fair, because it's not supposed to have scratches in it. Neither is 3M, but I just want to do a gloss black comparison in color here, okay? So let's get these off. And we're going to put them closer together and all around the one color of black. So I'm going to grab all new pieces to make this more fair. Let's take the this is Vivid, perfect. Let's take this, let's cut it, let's slap it down. Put it right in the middle here. Again, we're going to be installing this with the cap on. Let's get it going. Cool. I'm just going to leave and squeeze the whole thing down. And again, if you guys saw bubbles earlier, it's just because I'm squeegeeing it really quickly. I'm not trying to do a perfect job here of squeegeeing it down. It's just trying to get it down on the car so you guys can see. Line it up the best we can. Now remember, the cap's still on Vivid, so we're not judging it just yet. I want to put it as close to the edge as possible. This way we can see exactly what's going on here. grab tech wrap. Again, the cap has to come off, so I'm removing it. It's too rigid. That's tech wrap right there. You can see it. Try and get them as close to that edge as possible. There we go. And squeegee that out. Cool. Let's grab that 3M. Good old 3M for some of you guys out there. You love this stuff. I have no idea why. Maybe it's because their warranty is good when you're a preferred installer. Let's put that right up top here. Again, we're going to install it with the cap on, so you can see. I need KPMF and Oracal, and then I think we're good. Should be 6 of them, right? Let's grab this. Let's drop that down here. Cap gets removed. Because of the, sorry, there's no cap on this one, so we squeegee it without one. And then we're gonna go into Oracal. Where's Oracal? Where I see it. There it is. It's a good enough piece. Make it a mess. Let's do this. Perfect, here we go. Okay, let's peel off the capping for 3M. Let's peel the capping off for Vvivid. Now let's take you guys for a stroll of what this looks like. Here we go. So right here in the middle, I'm gonna come straight up above. Here are all your colors. Here we have, what did I say? Oracal, KPMF, 3M looks brown to me, Tech Wrap, and Avery. Avery Obsidian Black, Tech Wrap's new Ultra Gloss, which somehow has a glue line in it. I honestly have no idea how. It didn't take mine to move it really. 3M's on the top there, and KPMF and Oracal. Oracal's a little bit brown too. And personally speaking, from what you see, I see very black, very black, very black. The rest of them, I mean, this is decent, but not great. You can see 3M looks very brown. I'm sure they probably have, maybe they have a darker black than this one. I honestly have no idea. I just grabbed their gloss black. So to call that gloss black, I mean, it's not really gloss black. This is definitely more gloss black. This is more gloss black, and this is more gloss black. Then I would say like these two are in competition, and this is definitely dead last. Now let's look at the finish and the clarity. Okay, there we have Vvivid, and then we move over to Avery. Look at the light bar here. Look at the light bar now. Let's move over from Vvivid to Tech Wrap. Light bar here. Light bar here. Okay, this is your difference. Let's go from Vvivid to 3M. Ooh, the orange peel, terrible. Clarity, non-clarity, and not black. Let's go from Vvivid to KPMF. Lots of scratches. I didn't heat them out, but scratches are inevitable when you don't have a protective cap on it. And very orange peely, and not very clear. And then from a Vvivid to Oracal. Here we go. Again, not very clear, but not bad. Not one of the worst. But the black isn't as black as I would like it to be. If this was more black than like this one here, like KPMF, then it would be a little bit better. Because I find the orange peel is definitely a lot less in Oracal compared to, definitely compared to Avery, KPMF, and sorry, 3M, KPMF, and Avery. So the orange peel is definitely less in Orcal, and somehow they don't have a plastic release liner, and they do this. The trick to the plastic release liner, this guy here, is really what helps a lot in making the film more of an ultra gloss. Tech Wraps has a hard plastic cover on top of theirs, which also is supposed to help add to the glossiness effect, but you can't see that much of a difference from Tech Wraps to Vvivid's Gloss Black, okay? And then, again, stand straight back, look at those colors right there. This is what we can see with the 4K camera, and let's hit it at different angles. Give you guys the biggest, best perspective possible, okay? I don't want to try and cheat anybody here. I want to leave it more or less up to your own opinion on what these look like. Because you're going to be the one buying the film. It's not up to me. I don't make any money off of you guys buying whatever brand you want to buy. That's pretty much it. Let's mount the camera back. And we're going to wrap this up. Let's do this. Okay guys, I did this video again, like as I was mentioning there in the end. It's not, I don't care what brand you use, it doesn't matter to me. This is just to give you perspective on like what I think looks the best as far as a gloss black goes, and try to show you just for yourself so you can choose which one looks the best to you. As far as ease of install goes, the Vvivid is really nice to use. It's not hard to use. So it seems pretty easy to use. It's nice and thin, nice and pliable. Just like the rest of them for the most part. All these films are not so bad to install. They're pretty reasonable to install. Avery's always the easiest to install, personally, in my opinion. But again, you don't get the nicest finish. KPMF, kind of really not even worth using, in my opinion, for the gloss black. Like, why bother? But very thin. It's very thin, like Avery. It's one of the thinnest on the market with Avery. So these guys are actually super thin films. Very stretchy, while this one is a little bit more delicate. It tends to break a little bit more. It's not bad. The gloss black's pretty decent, but it does tend to break a little bit. I've heard people complain about it. 3M, when we know how this one goes, even with the protective cap on it, this tends to break very easily. So it just tends to rip and break very easily. The other ones, Orcal is a very durable film. From my understanding, this is a full cast film. There's no blending in it of any other kind of property. It's just a really nice cast film. Very good quality, durable film, okay? This is probably one of the most durable films on the entire vehicle. So you're looking for like, the forever wrap, probably go with these guys. Then this is more so just to show you the gloss black comparison in what these products actually are and how they look. So you can actually choose. This is thick, it's nice, it's very durable. It's very durable to use. It's going to hold up well to stone chips. But yeah, this is just to give you the perspective on what you want to use. And this is Tech Wrap, pretty strong too, nice strong stuff. You should be able to install all these brands, regardless of which one you choose. Shouldn't really matter. Again, I don't make any money off of you guys choosing a gloss black. You guys choose whatever gloss black you think suits you best and go from there. This video is just to give you that full-blown perspective of 6 different brands and what they all look like. Yeah, I didn't include Hexus, or Inostech, because Inostech I didn't even know if they have gloss black. I didn't think they do because I was looking. And Hexus I just couldn't get here. But you're not going to get that much of a difference as far as the quality goes. I think the finish quality of Vvivid, and the gloss black is kind of peaking. So everyone will kind of get there at some point. And I don't think it's going to get much better than that because it's pretty much a piano black. It looks really good. Guys, I hope this video was informative and helpful. Again, those installation videos will be on my website, ckwraps.com. Have a look at the top corner there. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it very much. Take care.